Televangelists are greedy preachers who love bright lights, TV cameras, and huge congregations that they never have to meet personally, unless, of course, that person is rich and or powerful. They often complain of the unholiness of liberals while convincing poor people to send in their life savings in the hopes of gaining eternal salvation. They tend to avoid the unwashed rank and file unless they can profit monetarily from the meeting. They want everybody to be good Christians, a word that means Christ-like, or even though Jesus was poor and homeless, Jesus never wore a Rolex or a $2,500 Italian suit. He drove a $500,000 Italian sports car, flew in a $20 million private jet, or lived in a 10,000 plus square foot Los Angeles beachfront estate, all paid for by contributions from gullible, faithful people who believe that every Bible-thumping sociopath preacher is their get-out-of-hell-free card. As honest and God-fearing as they are, the word televangelist is a portmanteau of television and evangelist, used to describe the preachers on the TV. The phenomenon really took off in the late 1970s, early 1980s, when preachers were on TV all the time, claiming direct links with God, the ability to lay on hands, and even the ability to prophesy. However, many of the ones who claim these supernatural powers turn out to be frauds, and even many of the ones who did it were found to be utter hypocrites, who engage in every sin they're told they're who engage in every sin they told their watchers to avoid. Jimmy Swaggart and Jim Baker were among the worst of the later group, while Peter Popoff was one of the former, being publicly exposed as using secret radio transmissions from his wife to provide him information that he pretended to come to him directly from God. Televangelists, most notably Pat Robertson, Mike Murdoch, Rod Parsley, Joyce, Five Mansions Mayor, and TDJ can still be found on both the TBN and Daystar religious networks, as well as some late-night local programming. One who managed to redeem himself was Tammy Faye Baker, later Tammy Faye Mesner, who devoted her last years to the cause of gay rights and fighting homophobia. In 2015, talk show host and comedian John Oliver, as part of an episode examining televangelist in the prosperity gospel, tried to start his own ministry called Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption to see if he could meet the IRS requirements to become a church for the purpose of tax exemption. With help from a tax lawyer, he was able to get away with claiming his studio as a place of worship and his audience as his folk, incorporating as a church in Texas despite living in New York and having congregations silently meditate on the nature of fraudulent churches as a form of ritual and worship. Thank you.